Are you living or just existing? I want you to imagine something. Imagine you are 80 years old. You walk into a room, and sitting across from you is the person you could have become, the book you never wrote, the business you never started, the places you never visited, the love you never expressed, the gifts you never shared, the dreams you buried because you were afraid. And that person looks at you and asks one question: what happened to us? Notice, not what happened to your money, not what happened to your career, not what happened to your plans, but what happened to us? What happened to the little girl who had dreams bigger than the world? What happened to the young man who believed anything was possible? What happened to the person who couldn't wait to wake up in the morning because life was an adventure? When did you stop living and start simply surviving? Because that's what so many people are doing today. They are not living, they are just existing. They're surviving one crisis after another, one bill after another, one disappointment after another, one responsibility after another. They are breathing, but they are not alive. They get up in the morning already exhausted. They drag themselves through the day. They smile for pictures while carrying sadness no one sees. They laugh at dinner tables while secretly wondering, is this all there is? They are life on paper, but inside, something has gone quiet. Something has gone numb. Somewhere along the way, they lost themselves. And maybe that's you. Maybe life happened. Maybe betrayal happened. Maybe abuse happened. Maybe the divorce happened. Maybe the diagnosis happened. Maybe, just maybe, you trusted the wrong people. Maybe you gave your heart to the wrong people who broke it. Maybe you spent years pouring into others while nobody poured into you. Maybe you've been so busy surviving that you forgot what it feels like to be alive. You know what's dangerous about survival mode? At first, it protects you. But eventually, it becomes a prison. You stop dreaming because dreaming hurts. You stop trusting because trusting is risky. You stop loving because loving feels dangerous. You stop hoping because disappointment has become too familiar. And slowly, without even realizing it, you begin to settle. You settle for a job you hate, a relationship that drains you, life that doesn't inspire you, a version of yourself that isn't really you. You stop asking for more. You stop expecting more. You stop believing there could be more. And you just simply exist. And the tragedy is the world celebrates it. People say, At least you're getting by. At least you have a job. At least you are married. At least you are surviving. At least you can do this. At least you can do that. But I didn't come here to celebrate your survival mood today. No. I'm here simply to remind you that you are still alive. There's still breath in your lungs. There's still purpose in your spirit. And there's still a dream inside of you that refuses to die. You know why? Because if God wanted your story to end, you wouldn't still be here. You would have been dead long ago. You would not be alive today. Trust me. The fact that you're still breathing means there is still something left for you to do. There's still someone you're meant to become. There are still lives you're meant to touch, to impart, and to transform. There are still mountains you are meant to climb. And there are still prayers waiting to be answered. But first, you have to wake up. Yes, you have to wake up, and you must wake up. You have to wake up to the fact that you deserve more than mere existence. You deserve mornings that excites you, friendships that nourishes you, work that fulfills you, peace that settles your soul. You deserve moments that make you feel grateful to be alive. Because life isn't measured by the number of years you breathe. Life is measured by the moments that take your breath away. I think one of the saddest things in the world today is watching people postpone their lives. And they'll say something like this: I'll be happy when this happened, when that happened. I'll rest when this or that happened. I'll travel when I have the money, or when this or that happen. Or I will write the book when this or that happen. I will start the business when this or that happen. Oh, and I will enjoy my life when this or that happen. No, my friend. No. Because while you are thinking all that, one day becomes 1 year, and 1 year becomes 10 years. And suddenly, life has passed you by. So please hear me. You do not get this day back. Once it is gone, and you can never recover it. You do not get this moment back. This isn't a rehearsal, my friend. This is your life. Right now, today. And one day, all of us will run out of tomorrows. There'll be no tomorrows. Because we will all be gone, dead. But the question is not whether you will die, because you will die, my friend. The question is whether you will truly live before you die. Will you tell your story? Will you take the risk? Will you forgive? Will you heal? Will you love? Will you write that book? Will you start that business? Will you travel? Will you heal? Will you start over? Will you choose joy? Will you choose peace? Will you finally stop waiting for permission to become who you were created to be? Because here is the truth, my friend. You do not need a new year. No, you don't. You don't need perfect circumstances. You don't need everybody's approval. All you need is courage. Courage to begin again. Courage to dream again. Courage to live again. Courage to love again. Courage to forgive, courage to move on. I know you've been hurt. I know. I know you've been disappointed. I know you've lost things you never thought you would lose. But don't let your pain become your permanent address. Don't let survivor become your identity. Because you were made for much more than this. More than existing. More than enduring. Much more than getting through another day. You were made to laugh again. To create again. To love again. To dance again. To hope again. To be happy again. And to become again. Maybe that's your assignment after watching this video. Not to make more money. Not to impress more people. Definitely not to achieve another title. But simply to come back to life. You've been existing far too long. It's time to leave. Come back to life. Remember who you were before fear took over. Remember who you were before bitterness took over. Remember who you were before pain took over. Remember who you were before disappointment took over. Remember who you were before the heartbreak. Remember who you were before the disappointment. Remember who you were before all that happened to you. Remember, my friend, remember the dreams that still whisper your name. Because the person you were created to become is still waiting for you. And every single day, that person is asking, are you ready to start living? And I do hope that your answer is yes. Yes, I'm ready to start living again. Because existing may keep you safe. But living will set your soul free. So my friend, it is time to stop existing and start living. You can do it. I believe in you. I know you can. Because there's much more inside of you. You were created for more than this. You were created for more than this. I know you can do it. I trust you. I believe in you. So get up. Get up and start living. Write that book. Start that business. Get up, my friend. Live again. You're not too old to start over. No. I know you can. You can achieve even the extraordinary because nothing, absolutely nothing is impossible. I'm rooting for you. And I look forward to celebrating your wins and seeing you at the top.